Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Now I'm going to be showing you the concluding part of this video. It is actually a double layer peplum which I started last week. I did the upper part. Now I'm going to be cutting the down part of the peplum. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel, like my videos, share my video. If you actually like my teaching, you can just hit the like button. Okay, I finished coupling the front part of the dress now. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is, I got this lace, this cord lace. I'm going to be placing it on it like this. I'll use the lace part of it. I'll take it like a slant, okay, and bring it down. I'll place it to cut, for it to cut through like this. I'm going to be placing it on it like this. Like initially I told you I was going to be putting some kind of designs on it. So I'll use this lace on it like this. I'll match it on top, use the same color. So I'm going to be using this raw silk. This raw silk for this part. For this part of this dress, of this blouse, sorry. Then this cord lace, I'll use it for this part. I'll use this raw silk for this part. Before then, I don't want to cut it out yet. I want to cut a fringe. It's gonna come like a flare. I'll cut it with this to put on this side of this dress. I'll measure. I have 18 inches. I'll make it double because I'm going to be twisting it. That's like 36. So the length is going to be 36. Then for the width, I'll use like 5 inches.
No talking.
Actually, I'm using 9. Then here it's gonna be 5, but I'll make it 6 because of sewing and turning. Like I told you initially, this raw silk I'll place here, while this cord lace will be on this side. I'll use the edge. Then this fringe that I just made, I'm going to be placing it on top of this, on top of the lace, from the top of the lace to the shoulder. So but before then, I'll trim it out. You can trim it to, depends on how wide you want it to be. I'll trim it out. This one is actually too wide, so I'll reduce it. As in, that's the length, like this is too wide, because I'm going to be fixing this crinoline on it to make it stand. I'll trim. You can make it excess. When you are done, you trim it out. You can even make it excess so that you can give it a little plate. So you can put a little plate on it. Using this, I'll cut out a second one from here now. Cut out a second one, but before then, let me cut the peplum. In cutting peplum, you fold your fabric into four. Most times I normally fold then before I measure. When I measure, I'll now fold again. When I measure, I'll fold again. What I want is the width, the wide. That's where the peplum will be, is 36. That's 9. When you divide it into 4, that's 9. 18, 36 is 9 inches. So most times what I normally do, I'll put my tape from the top part like this. I'll put my tape like this. As you can see, this is 7. So this shows that I'll have to start. I'll not take my tape down again. This is a very easy way to cut a peplum. Instead of doing calculation that will make your head go crazy. You see, this is my 9 inches. So now I'll put my chalk here and rule it. So this is now my 9 inches back. So from here, I'll now measure again. So now, I have my 12 here. Like I said, it's always good to make it excess. It's better. By the time you are coupling, you will now trim and everything. You won't have a problem. Like I said initially, this fabric is a double peplum. This is the first one. You can see that it's very full. So I'm going to be cutting a second one like this, but this time I'm going to be using this one was 12. The next one I'm going to be cutting is going to be 7.5 inches. 7.5, but everything is like this. So the easiest way is fold your fabric, fold your remaining fabric like that. Fold it into 4. Then you take the initial one, you place it like this. And then from the short side, you measure your 7 inches. Just first take out your curve. You You don't have to measure again, you just make use of this one. Then you measure your 7.5 inches. Mind you, since it's 7.5 inches, you make it, add 1 inches to it, that's 8.5. That 8.5, that 1 inches is when you are sewing. That's like your seam allowance. Always when cutting, always cut out the down part first. You see it's full. So this comes on top of this. So the next thing I'm going to be doing, because it's a padded peplum, I'll cut a lining, then I'll iron my gum stay and my hair stay. I'll iron hair stay on the fabric, iron gum stay on the lining. So back to this. I'll cut another one. Okay, welcome back. So this is the raw silk. Now I ironed gum stay at the back, so I'm going to be using this. I'll use it to turn it inside out. But before then, this is crinoline. In case you're wondering how it looks like, this is how it actually looks like. I got it from hat shops, as in those people that makes hats and fascinators. They are the ones that sells it. So I got it from their shop. Most times, if you see peplums that stands, they use them for peplum. For fringes that are standing, they use crinoline for them. You just put it at the base of it, and you find out that your peplum will stand, your fringes will stand. So for this fringe now, how to fix a crinoline on your, maybe I'll actually make an exclusive video on that, how to fix crinoline on peplum. This is actually a fringe. So you place your crinoline on your fringe, even if it's peplum, it's still the same thing. You place it on it like this and sew. You're sewing. If it's lining, your lining will be on the other side, but for this case I'm using the raw silk, so I'm not using lining to turn it. So you put your crinoline and you sew like you're turning. You sew. You find that as you're sewing, you can see it's already folding. You sew it to the end. When you get to the end, you just cut off your excess, then you turn, you iron, and you find out that your fringe is standing, your peplum is standing. So that's it. So now I'm going to be heading up to my machine to do just that. Hello, welcome back. As you can see, this is the dress. I finished fixing the peplum. This is the top part. The top part, what I did was I covered it with this raw silk. I now used this cord lace. I used it on one part like this. You remember that part, the fringe I was telling you about in the beginning that I used crinoline for? This is it. I fixed it and it just did some little twist on it. This is another fringe for the side of the hand. As you can see, the back, I turned it with the Ankara, and I used the the raw silk for the top down to the back. I fixed it down to the back. You see it to the back, and now stopped here. This is the peplum. I didn't join it. You know, there are some that you add to it, that you fix the zip with it. I didn't do it, so I had to stop it here at the side. I stopped it here. I did a little key split for the top one. I did a little key split while fixing it. Just fold it and fixed on it. That's it. This is the dress. This is almost the completed part of the dress now. The only thing that is remaining now is the sleeve, and I'm going to be using this cordless to cut the sleeve. It's a 3/4 sleeve. You can watch another of my video on how to cut sleeve. I'm not going to be showing it on this video now. At the end, I trimmed out the pattern. As you can see, the lace has round patterns, so I trimmed it out and now patched it here. So this is it. So I've cut the sleeve now and fixed. Thank you so much. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, like this video, tell me about this video, ask any question you really want to ask, and I will be so glad to answer you. Thank you much for watching. Bye bye.